Commons Peace Garden in the heart of Des Moines. We are honored to come together in this place of beauty and serenity and challenge on International Day of Peace, the day devoted to strengthening the ideals of peace both within and among all nations and peoples. The theme of this year's commemoration, Partners for Peace, Dignity for All, which aims to highlight the importance of all segments of society coming together to work together for peace. The rich partnerships have created the Coles Commons Peace Garden, a long journey, enormous effort, and hard work have brought us to this day, to this place, to this occasion. The original Peace Garden in this place was the vision of legendary Bishop Maurice Dingman, the Bishop of the Des Moines Catholic Diocese from 1968 to 1986, and Rabbi Jay Goldberg, who was the rabbi at Temple B'nai Jeshurun from 1967 to 1983.
UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon calls on warring parties everywhere to lay down their weapons, stop the killings and the destruction, and create space for lasting peace, he admonishes. Creating space for peace. Although it may seem hopelessly distant, he says, the dream of peace pulses in the lives of all people, everywhere. So this evening in Des Moines, in our precious city center garden of peace, we come to raise our voices, to sound our little beat in that universal pulse. Creating again a special place, renewing our dedication to a sacred space for peace. May all who experience this garden, this place of peace, be more loving, merciful, and sharing. Let all raise voices in songs of peace. Indeed, may it be so.
We must note the significance of the name of the place that hosts the Peace Garden, Coles Commons. In a time when personal and public connections happen increasingly online, through devices, virtually, digitally, an actual, physical, inviting commons has been created in Des Moines. A commons is a place around the world, across cultures, over the centuries, where citizens gather to be renewed and inspire, to celebrate what's right and challenge what isn't, to connect and celebrate, to be and become engaged citizens of a city and of the world.
Mahatma Gandhi, on the other side of the world, challenges us to live lives of nonviolence. You wish to see the world. Walt Whitman, a New Yorker, voice of the poet, artist, provided a simple but profound rationale for why we should be peacemakers. Jesus is always with us. Mother Teresa, angel of mercy among victims of poverty, calls attention to our interdependence. No peace is because we've forgotten to belong to each other. Albert Einstein, an immigrant Jew from Germany, was brokenhearted that his theory of relativity made atomic warfare possible. If only I had known, I would have been a watchmaker. Could not be kept by force when we keep standing. Chief Seattle, a Native American and deeply grounded environmentalist, understood that the future depends upon respecting nature and all life. Humankind is not woven the web of life. We are but one thread within it. Whatever we do to ourselves. All things are bound together. All things connect. Martin Luther King Jr., who, were he alive today, would no doubt still be sounding his prophetic warning. A nation that continues year after year to spend more money on military defense than on programs of social uplift is approaching spiritual death. True peace, absence of tension, is the presence of justice. Dorothy Day, founder of the Catholic Peace Ministry, puts the responsibility and hope for peace on each of us. No one has the right to sit down and feel hopeless. There's too much to do. Helen Keller, an incredible human being without hearing or sight from birth, challenges us to move from intellectualizing to action. The peace hath us. I want the understanding which bringeth peace. And Marla, an 8th grader, knew in her heart that her future and the world's future depends upon an end to war. Yeah, 3 wishes. World peace, be all 3. And John Lennon, the peace quote right over here, founder of the Beatles, captures our deep human longing for peace, beautiful peace. They're saying is peace.
This is our town square.
But it's always the same. It's a quiet place. It's a place for people to come together, and it's a place to meditate and reflect about peace on earth and in our city and in our capital city. But I will tell you, it's the voices that you all have that not only from a peace sector and a peace thought and a peace mind that push us forward to make sure that we still have places for people to come together. Everything is local. Everything happens someplace. At that particular occasion, the mayor sitting next to me were the mayors of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. And I said, if you don't believe that, ask the 2 mayors to my left if consequences of our thinking about war and peace aren't local every single day. So let's all of us continue to think about peace, because it's those of us that are going to push it up to the state level, we're going to push it to the federal level, and make them know that the people of America and the people of Des Moines, Iowa want peace.
There are all kinds of explanations for why peace is so difficult to achieve, and most of them are probably right. And there is all kinds of advice on how to do better at peace, and most of it is probably helpful. And there are even some of us who think that slowly and gradually we are getting better in this world at achieving peace. And I am not one of them. I think we mostly still suck, which is, of course, a visionary and faith community technical term. But I do think there is hope. I think that each of us has the ability to choose a more peaceful way to live, just one decision at a time. And so I want to share a story with you about a man named Jarvis Masters, who is he's a prisoner on death row, and he's a Buddhist. One day there was a seagull out in the yard in San Quentin. It had been raining, and the seagull was there paddling around in a puddle. And one of the inmates picked up something in the yard and was about to throw it at the bird. Jarvis didn't even think about it. He automatically put out his hand to stop the man. And of course, this escalated the man's aggression, and the man started yelling. Who the hell did Jarvis think that he was, and why did Jarvis care so much about that blankety-blank bird? And all the prisoners started circling around, just waiting for the fight, and the other inmate was screaming at Jarvis, "Why did you do that? Why did you stop me?" And out of Jarvis's mouth came the words, "I did that because that bird's got my wings. That bird's got my wings." And the prisoners all stopped screaming because everybody got it. We are all connected. So maybe if before any rock is thrown, before any shot is shot, Before any judgment is made that someone else is bad and deserves pain, maybe if we stop to think, we will remember that each one of us needs every other one of us, if any of us are going to have wings. Thank you.
We are grateful for this time to celebrate the presence and purpose of the Coles Commons Peace Garden. Any effort we make toward a more peaceful community, country, cosmos, we make because of the children. Tomorrow, the General Assembly of the United States meets beginning with the crisis affecting countless children who have been fleeing a country where they have lived amidst fear and violence, some of them for all of their lives. Solutions must be found among us because of the children. Fear and violence in our own country is on the rise. It has been a year of awakening to that reality. Another way must be determined because of the children. More monuments, more movements, more art, more music, more demonstrations, more imagination must be put in the employ of peace because of the children. Our lives and our life together must be transformed by peace because of the children. One of the best descriptions I know of such a transformed life together comes from The Dinner Party by artist Judy Chicago. I share it with you as a part of the dream that we will hold for the UN General Assembly as it convenes tomorrow and as we conclude our time here. It goes like this. And then all that has divided us will merge. And then compassion will be wedded to power. And then softness will come to a world that is harsh and unkind. And then both men and women will be gentle. And then both women and men will be strong. And then no person will be subject to another's will. And then all will be rich and free and varied. And then the greed of some will give way to the need of many. And then all will share in the earth's abundance. And then all will care for the sick and the weak and the old, and then all will nourish the young. And then all will cherish life's creatures. And then all will live in harmony with each other and the earth. And then everywhere will be called Eden once again.